What experience in your life has changed you the most or had the greatest impact on you?
Our family has gone through a lot of family counseling, which has totally impacted all of our lives and relationships with ourselves, with each other. And we have 4 daughters and all of that, and it's kind of like just kind of ripples out
The healthiest of ways.
in positively.
It's meeting my wife and marrying my wife.
Probably having children.
So in 6th grade, my father passed away, and after that, my life changed greatly educationally. I was a wild kid while growing up, and then after my father passed away, it was just my mom and I. And then I realized that I needed to step up and be the man of the household, and I decided to do better in school and take care of my mom and my younger brother. So,
Having my son, I had him when I was 18, so it really taught me maturity and what it was to take care of myself and another life. Entering some of my photos into this, and that's a big accomplishment for me because I'm always holding stuff back, my talents and stuff. So.
Seeing 2 of my friends' greatest artwork right here. Yeah. Participating in these expenses. Yeah.
I was deciding to move to the United States to come to college. After that, everything changed. My name, people started saying it differently. I started speaking a different language. And then my husband had my children separated from my parents, so it's bittersweet.
Probably joining an after-school club. That's where I met her. She's from Bolivia. It's a foreign exchange program. And it's really taught me to love everyone.
Finally getting to see where my mother was born. She's from Colombia, and it was my first time out of country almost, so that gave me a chance really to reflect on like the generations, how things have changed. Gave me a chance to reflect on our culture versus where my mother is from.
And I found a book my mother that she'd written some things in, and now I'm really getting a background of things that she was thinking of when she was younger, and seeing how that has influenced me.
Overall would probably be the death of my mother. I think that one would probably be the one that has formed most of my decisions and ways that I approach life in general.
As a junior in college, I went to London on a semester abroad, and I sat down next to a guy who had a big afro and was wearing a really bad pair of shorts, and I ended up marrying him, and 30 years later we're still married and we have 2 great kids. If I hadn't gone to London on that semester abroad and sat down late at the tea, I never would have met Neil Sherman.
I guess I'd have to say having a baby. I don't know if that's true. I think maybe being very poor probably shaped my opinion of the world most. And now really anything is better than that,
I would guess I'd have to say getting sober.
Going in the military was kind of the first thing. Then after and that's actually the reason I did all of this. So this started about 9 years ago. So, I suppose it's, that military experience has led me to doing this.
Performing at the Metropolitan Opera. I think that's a huge impact.
Immigrating to the United States from the Philippines, because that gave me a lot of opportunities to attend college and have a business and contribute back to the community. So I'm grateful for being an American.
I went to a party in college that I wasn't supposed to be at, and I met my husband, and that's what brought me to Rochester, and I've been married for 26 years and have 2 beautiful children, so that was the big experience. You can see my husband.
I guess growing up in New York City made a big impact on my life. Exposed me to a lot of different people, different
totally bullied in high school. I went to a private all-girls high school, a Catholic school, so it shouldn't be happening there. And someone outed me as gay, and of course that didn't go down so well. So in my senior year, I had limited friends, and it was very difficult. But as time went on, somebody came towards the end of the year and apologized to me. Not that it kind of mattered at that time, but at least they apologized. But it made me much stronger. And, you don't meet people who are two-faced, stupid, and can't accept, especially in a place where you should be a little more accepting, even. But it has encouraged me just to be myself no matter what.
Watching the birth of my son.
Having to reinvent myself at like 50 and go into a totally different profession, which was basically teaching.
These are the tragic death of a family member. It affected my entire family for the rest of its life, and still does.
I have pet birds, and I find it I've had 4 of them, and I find them to be very kind of life affirming. They're more like, I want to have a bumper sticker sometime and say, cockatiels are people too.
Our neighborhood yard sale